We're going to be making homemade biscuits today, so I got a full stick of butter, which is about 8 tablespoons of butter. We're going to have 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and around 3/4 cup of a milk, more or less, depending on how much that you need. You might need more, you might need less. So right now I'm going to mix the powdery ingredients in the bowl first. So I mixed up the powdery ingredients here. Just want to tell you the baking powder is used to actually help the biscuits rise. So if you want to eliminate the baking powder, you can always get self-rising flour, and that way you can eliminate the process of baking powder. So, but I like to keep all-purpose flour and just use baking powder when needed. So now I'm going to be breaking pieces of the butter into the mixture, and then we'll add the milk. So I just broke up a whole stick or 8 tablespoons of butter, broke into pieces to put in the mixture here, as you can see. So I put some milk in here. I didn't put all of my milk in there. I'm about to stir it up and then work it with my hands a little bit. You don't want to overwork it, and see how it combines. And we could either we could actually add more milk if needed. I just want to tell you in this step here, if you want to, if you could actually add cheese right here, shredded cheese, and onion powder, garlic powder. If you want to kind of make it like Red Lobster biscuits, like the cheesy biscuits that are so good. Another thing that could be good in here is if you have some real bacon pieces, and you can dump some bacon pieces in this, and that can make it really good as well. So I put some flour on my cupboard here, and so I'll put the mixture on here, and we'll add flour if needed, which will probably will need flour added to it, and work it up a little bit. Now I'm going to be kneading the flour here. So before this, I actually added a little bit more milk to get all the mixture. So and then after I put it in a ball, I actually added some more flour to it. So now I'm just going to knead it. You don't want to overwork it. And the best way to do is to fold it left and right and sideways and stuff like that. And then you can flatten it out here on the cupboard. Okay, so here, this depends on how big and thick you want your biscuits. So if you want them bigger and thicker, you're not going to have as many biscuits. So you can just determine what thickness and how big you want your biscuits right here. So what my mom taught me to do was to use the end of a cup. You could use a small cup or a big cup to determine the size of your biscuit here. So let's say I want to use my measuring cup here, like right here. And then basically what I do is just press down like this. And then you got a biscuit here. So you might want to put a little flour on the edges here, because if you don't, it might stick. I actually just experienced that. And so then you just pull it out right here. You just pull it out, and then you'll, see right there, just break it off like that. And then you're going to just put it on your biscuit pan, and make sure you spray the bottom of your biscuit pan. And then once you do all the cuts right here, then you just wad it back up and flatten out whatever's left over and do another cut. And then if you can't do that anymore, then you can just roll it into a ball and flatten it and then put it on the pan. Okay, so I went ahead and cut up all the biscuits. The one on the end here is what I had left, and I just rolled it up kind of and flattened it out. That's why I don't look perfect really. But I wanted to tell you that I added whole milk to this mixture. You can actually replace that with buttermilk to give it more of a buttery flavor. Well, buttermilk flavor, I should say. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven on 425 between 12 and 15 minutes until the top is a little bit brown. So that's how I'm going to be cooking them. So, and I got 8 of them because I wanted bigger biscuits. So if you want smaller ones, you can have more biscuits. So my biscuits are done here. It took about 15 minutes on 425. I don't like to overcook biscuits because, I was scared I might, get it too brown on the bottom. So this is the way I like mine. If you want them a little browner, you could actually cook them a little bit longer, like put them on broil for like a minute or something, and to get it a little brown on the top if you want. But I wouldn't do it that long because you don't want burnt biscuits. It stinks too. So you can actually spray some butter on top of these biscuits if you want. Flavor them. You can, put some garlic powder or onion powder on it, if you want to make it more like a Red Lobster biscuit. But yeah, this is the way it looks. And like I said, you can make less biscuits and make them bigger and thicker, or make them smaller and have more biscuits.